Thanks for joining us today on New England Living. I'm your host, Rachel Holt. Up next, we're visiting a local seafood market, serving up what might just be the freshest catch around. Michaela Johnson heads to beautiful Marblehead, Mass. to talk with co-owner of Little Harbor Lobster Company, Bryn Bruin.
Bryn, beautiful day, beautiful backdrop, the shores of Marblehead, so much action and history out there on the water for many years.
We were very lucky to call this place home, and when we decided to open Little Harbor many years ago, was visiting here and really falling in love with this area. To call this place home and have this be our backdrop every day and to build a business here was a very special aspect of Little Harbor.
Of course, a huge vital piece of that is the lobster themselves. How do you get the lobster from fresh out of the water into your shop?
We have about 25 fishermen that we buy lobsters from on a daily basis. Because we are a wholesale operation as well as a retail shop, we actually take that catch and some of it stays within the shop. And then some of our lobsters also get shipped out across the country, over to the Boston Fish Pier, to some distributors that we work closely with.
You guys are busy. The coming and going of this fresh product, how does it stay so fresh?
A big part of it, we have a very unique system called an open tank system that's actually pretty rare in this area. Because we're fortunate enough to be on the water, we actually draw seawater from the bay right behind us. We chill and filter that seawater. So a big part of the freshness of our lobsters is, one, the turnover. We're getting fresh catch in every single day, and we're really trying to mimic their natural habitats. So we have nice, cold, fresh seawater for them to live in for their short time with us. And many people come into the shop and say, that's the best lobster I've ever tasted. And our feeling is that's a big part of the system that we have in the shop that is a pretty rare occurrence these days.
You are a special part of this community. I feel like everyone wants that local place, right? Where you know everyone by name, you know the requests from your customers. That's exactly what you get when you come here.
That was a big part of what we wanted to maintain or even bolster as part of our market concept. Is this has been a community staple for a long time. We're families that have lived in this community and are a part of the community, and we really wanted to make people feel welcome. We know a lot of our customers by name. It really is a special part of the experience of Little Harbor, is that you're not just another customer. You know, you're a regular part of our lives as we are yours. And that feels like something that you can't get everywhere these days, so that was really important for us to bring back.
Does that relationship carry over to the Lobstermen as well?
Oh, absolutely. We've been buying lobsters from pretty much the same group of fishermen. It's grown a little bit every year, but there's been a core group of fishermen that we've bought from since day one that, you know, I like to think of them as family. Like, I love seeing them every day, and I love having those exchanges with them. And I think, you know, we would not exist without the community of fishermen that choose to sell their catch to us. We love being a part of their lives, and that's just a very, very important aspect of our business model, is creating that community amongst our fishermen.
So you clearly have a very good relationship with the lobstermen and the fishermen that you work with. They're working hard, though, each and every day, and you get a firsthand look at that.
I have so much respect for the daily practice and the commitment they have. Most of our lobstermen wake up 2, 3 in the morning. They're rowing out to their boat in the harbor, setting their boat up. They're hauling trap after trap, and then obviously banding lobsters. There's a lot going on the boat with every single trap that they haul. If they're starting their day at, 2 or 3 in the morning, they're not getting into our shop unloading their catch until close to noon. Many of their active hours of the day are before most people wake up. And again, we rely so much on that, hardworking community of lobstermen for us to be able to do what we do every day.
Certainly seems like a team mentality to keep everything going
keep
the business alive.
It is, and that's a big part of what we've done over the years to really maintain that community of fishermen, is making sure we're taking care of them as best we can, and that comes down to fair pricing, but we do other things by, instead of them having to drive their catch to us, we meet many of our lobstermen at wharves in towns surrounding Marblehead, so they don't have to drive in and out of Marblehead. We buy bait for our lobstermen to purchase from us so that it's a one-stop shop. They don't have to go elsewhere. So we really do think about it as a partnership in that way, that we couldn't exist without them, but we also wanted to create this hub for them to make their livelihoods easier day to day. And I do think that's why we've seen so many lobstermen be a part of our fishing community for so long.
So the freshest of fresh as can be when they are plucking those lobsters out of the water straight to you guys, but how do we get a hold of them?
A large percentage of the catch that comes in every day is immediately being processed on site to go into our retail environment. So we may take in peak season 6,000 to 8,000 pounds of lobster a day. We go through on a busy weekend hundreds of lobster rolls per day. It really does not get any fresher. And I think there's that, that boat to table term. We're really bringing that to life here because it is directly being sourced from our local fishing community, and everything is happening within the walls of Little Harbor to then bring people that finished lobster roll or lobster mac and cheese, whatever it might be.
You speak about the fishermen, the community, the shop itself with a big smile on your face. I can only imagine how you must feel going to work every day.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate. We really are a community market concept where we want to create an environment where we are supporting the local fishing community and creating community within Marblehead and beyond so they can have more connection to where their food's coming from. We feel that the fishing industry is such a vital part of both past and present Marblehead and the North Shore, and we think that Little Harbor provides a really unique setting to be able to connect that fishing community to local residents to really help people understand better where their food comes from and to really be able to experience truly fresh seafood.